Mike Chiruka from the Law Offices of Mike Chiruka. As we're going through our estate planning series of topics, one issue that keeps coming up these days is personal property. How do I deal with my special items of personal property, or how do I just deal with my stuff? Many baby boomers have now gone through the process of their moving their parents out of their house, or their parents may have passed away at this point, and they have had to deal with the family residence and all of the stuff that's there. Some of it may be very personal and they want to hang on to it for personal feelings, for memories. Some of it may be valuable, but in many cases there's just things that have been accumulated over a lifetime. The children have already had their furniture, they have their own items, and now they have to figure out what to do with what's left over. On the other side, many times this is where we have our biggest disputes, even over the smallest items. Those of you that might have heard of Robin Williams' death and some of the problems that have happened with the reading of his will or the interpretation of his estate plan may remember him when he had his suspenders as Mork and Mindy, and how that was his telltale signature. Well, there was a question in his will as to whether or not that was an item of clothing or was that a special memento, and depending on how that was interpreted, a different beneficiary might have gotten the suspenders, if you will, from the show. It also pertained to a tuxedo that he had that was hanging on the door of his bedroom when he passed away, and this was an item that his wife wanted to keep because he wore it to their wedding, but the will provided that all of the clothing went to his children from his first marriage. So many times you really need to take a look at what do these items mean to you, what they mean to your family members, and spend a little time on deciding who should get what items of personal property. Many times you even want to let the grandchildren have a chance to go through the house or go through your belongings, because you may be surprised at what's important to them. One of the items we remember from one of our earliest estates was a grinder, a food grinder, which literally you put on the edge of a table and ground nuts in order to bake cookies or to make pies. And we had a dispute between actually a mother and a daughter, because they both remember sitting there with their grandmother making cookies during the holiday seasons, and it was very important for them to have this as a memory. The item literally was about $4 if you went and bought it in a kitchen store, but it was something that was very personal to both of them, and it took a while to resolve who would get it and how they would use it. So as you go through your estate planning, don't necessarily disregard what stuff you might have and say, oh, the kids will figure it out. Take the time to see what might be personal, what might be important to them, and a little bit of time up front might make up for a lot of hurt feelings down the road. If you have any questions on planning or how you can deal with different types of personal property, please feel free to give us a call at 717-232-4701 or check out our website at www.chirukalaw.com.